Hi guys, welcome to Roost Fans. My name is Dennis and this is our Bernstein build. Latest build coming out of Roost Fans in our Portland, Oregon shop. We have an awning on this van. We also have a kitchen passenger side cabinet that has a drawer style fridge. Drawer style fridge is pretty cool because what that does, along with our flip down table, gives us the opportunity to reach in and grab food out from the fridge while outside, and of course while you're cooking inside. Now our passenger cabinet also has two drawers that you can store all your cutlery and everything in, as well as things like your vent fan controller and other products that you want to store in there. We also have our bench seat. Now our bench seat, we installed an adjustable lagoon table on, put a bamboo countertop on it. Now that adjustable lagoon table is installed in this bench seat that has storage inside, as well as a deep storage pocket in the rear, shoe cubby in the front. And that gives you a great spot to work on a laptop, have dinner or a meal. And in this particular van, they chose not to put in swivel seats, which is also a common option on van builds, where this lagoon mount would work pretty well with a swivel seat as well. Great to be able to adjust the exact height of the tabletop, via this arm down here where you can raise and lower it. And then also you can tighten down the table so that it gets a little bit more structural. And if you want, you can also tighten down the table on this side too, to keep it from rotating. Now, storage of this table is pretty slick. Lagoon did a great job. And it comes in 3 pieces. So I just loosened up the handle so I don't hit myself in the head. Then you pull out the top, and I'll go ahead and lay that on the floor here so you can see how all the parts fit together. And then you can also separate the armature here and then reattach that. And then if you want to get the handles to line up properly, then you can always pull them out after they're tight and then readjust them as needed. And if you don't want it to rattle, you can lightly tighten that handle. Again, readjust it as needed. And same thing with this. This is a vertical armature that gives you that height adjustment that you need, but it also stores on the underside of the table here in that track. And then you can tighten that down so it doesn't rattle on you. Now, with our builds, then we offer a lot of storage capabilities as far as how do you store these tabletops and all these other components. We use a track system and then line it with felt so you have a really clean and non-rattling storage solution for your tabletop. And now you also have full access to the storage inside your bench. We offer a bench cushion as well with a small back that will match all your other bedding if you'd like. We also have our overcab shelf that we make out of bamboo and install. Now the overcab shelf is special because it's not black. I don't know how many times I've hit my head on a black overcab shelf. So making that out of a wood material that's robust and you can see, it goes a long way to reducing the amount of bumps you have on your head doing van life. Now our full kitchen cabinet on this side is outfitted with a sink as well as a glass top lid. And then that gives you the ability to, with this particular configuration, to use our flip-up kit on our mattress and bed system in order to get a lot more usable space on your countertops. In this case, we're gaining 24 inches of countertop space on a short 144 wheelbase Sprinter van by using our flip-up kit that goes over both of our kitchen cabinets. So, as you can see, by flipping up the bed real quick, then we just gained a lot of counter space for our record player. We also have a plug-in for a induction cooktop portable stove in this case. And that is powered by our Yeti Goal Zero 3000X power system. Now this power system is a portable power system that gives you the ability to take it inside when you need, inside your home or out to the beach or elsewhere. But you can also power all of the DC loads in your van, as well as your household AC loads in your van. It also gives you the ability to receive a solar charge and recharge your Goal Zero, as well as shore power recharging of your Goal Zero. But the best part about the whole thing is that the way we have our wiring system set up with our power panel that goes into our core builds, then you can start your engine on your car and it charges automatically and you don't have to worry about it. It's probably the best source of charging for this Yeti Goal Zero power system. Now that fits into most all of our kitchen cabinets, and in this particular kitchen cabinet we pulled all the user access points for all the lighting controls, overhead lighting as well as under cabinetry lighting, to this front panel here. And then also we have a diesel heater that's located underneath the passenger seat. Pretty standard for van builds is having a diesel heater. In this case, having this control center for your diesel heater is a really nice touch, so that you have all your controls at one place. And if you need to get to your power center to see how much power you have, and you can see the panel here shows that we're at currently 79%, and it has an output of a particular amount of wattage, so you can manage your power usage during van life. This is a 3-panel queen-like bed where you can sleep front to back. 2-panel bed, you'd be able to sleep side to side if you're a little shorter, say 5'8" or so would be appropriate for side to side sleeping. This does not have flare spaces, but in our build, then we take advantage of as much of this window pocket as we can with insulation behind in order to get as much side to side sleeping as possible. We also have our open shelf kit, as well as our closed door cabinet, all of which attach to our mounting system, as well as our lower cabinetry attaches to this structural mounting system that we install in the van. And in this case, our open shelf kit, then we installed a convection oven. Why not? You know, make toast or otherwise. We put plenty of space around, so we have a lot of breathing room around the oven so that you can ensure that you're going to be able to operate the oven safely. All right, now our fold-up table is, well, it's a fold-up table. So you take whatever's on it off, and then you fold it up and snap it into place. That's our fold-up table. All right, so on the rear of the van, then I'll show you a little bit about the bed flip-up kit, as well as our water solution and our inline hot water. So on the bed, we have 2 flip-up kits on this bed system. We have one on the front that I've shown you, as well as this one on the back. Now what that does is give you a whole lot of access to storage behind the van. If you're standing in the van and you want to put in your bike, then you can really get to everything if it's starting to get full of stuff, which it inevitably will. Now on this bed system too, then we have attached our shower rod that hangs on the back door. And as you'll see, we have a lot of wood on this back shower. Now people sometimes ask about the challenge of water and so forth. Now bamboo is awesome when it comes to marine safe. You know, you need to be conscious of it, but we have a really highly water resistant, moisture resistant hard wax finish that we put on that's super easy to refinish if needed, but it's very resistant to wringing or moisture damage. It's a high quality product, very hard, harder than oak, and it gives us the ability to pull all the factory paneling off when appropriate, insulate thoroughly, and then put these beautiful wooden panels back on. Now, this van is using a 20-gallon over the rear wheel water storage container. And what we do is install a water inlet for inside, as you'll notice, not outside, so we can reduce the amount of holes that we punch through the van. So you can refill with a garden hose from this port, and there's a filter in line. And if you want to, you can use a inline water filter to get a higher quality water that's filtered in order to kind of get rid of that hose taste. Now we have a water port. It's called a spray port here that connects to our inline hot water heater. And we also have a water control mechanism that gives you a percentage of how much fresh water that you still have, as well as a easy access on-off switch so that you can turn on the water pump, as you just heard, and then power your inline hot water heater. Now this inline hot water heater is awesome. So right now I have the pump turned on, I have everything hooked up, as well as to my propane tank, and you effectively have, you can hear the ticking was firing up of the water heater, and now it's nice and steamy hot, and pretty soon you'll be able to see quite a bit of steam. The amount of heat that you get on this hot water heater is pretty significant. You'll be able to take a very nice warm shower. Now, you only have 20 gallons of water though, so you have to monitor it. You'll burn through 20 gallons in a shower situation very quickly. So as far as storing the hot water heater, then you'll want to turn the pump off, take the pressure out of the line, otherwise it'll squirt on you whenever you do this next step, which is this. Open up the valve, you'll see what I just did there. Now it's pouring out. You'll notice here that the pump is off, but even if I turn the pump on, this feature, this spray port, automatically seals up. So it's not going to spray all over the place after you pull it out. You also have access to your system down here, which we have an inline filter that's easily accessible, as well as a drain that you can flip, and you'll winterize your van very easily by just flipping that drain and giving it a while to fully drain out. And it, like all of our cabinetry, shuts with a locking latching door. This is a quick connect fitting down here that you can, again, drain. Notice how more water is draining out as the system purges. You have a storage for a simple 1 pound green propane tank. This system, then you can go ahead and pull off the back, and then you can store it either which way, either tubing backwards or tubing forwards, and you can tie that up with some one-way Velcro ties that we have, and take this guy, and then you have access for storing the shower head. Now your inline hot water system is stored and stowed away, and you can take off. All right, next we're going to go over the roof nest, which is on top of the van, and that is for, well, private sleeping in case you're camping with your parents, which in fact this van customer is using this vehicle with their parents. So you have the ability to have a couple people or 3 people even sleeping inside, and then a roof nest, which is a pop-up tent made by Roof Nest. And there are 2 locks on the front of this pop-up roof nest, and you use a key to open it up. That provides an additional level of security while you're driving. We had to move the vent fan all the way to the front of the van to give us the maximum amount of storage space so that the ladder would be positioned properly, so that when you opened up the roof nest, you could actually get in the door. You know, some people may ask, why didn't we have the roof nest installed in this way? And that is why, just based on how all the products lined up. And there you go. Roof nest is ready. You can hop on in. Roof nest comes with a nice, comfortable sleeping pad all ready to go. Another great thing about the roof nest is I have 2 openings on both sides. And just like any tent, I have nice high quality and pretty structurally sound bug screen here. Zippers are smooth, work great, and this mattress is really pretty nice quality mattress and seems like to be very comfortable for sleeping in. You know, I'm 45, so you know, I'm starting to feel it, and a good night's sleep is sure important. There's also some pockets in here that are great for storing everything you need. Bringing the roof nest down is just as easy as putting it up, but it does take a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more muscle to bring it down. They have a latch here, as well as this pull down strap if you need it. But as you can see, then I was able to pull that down pretty easily. There you go. As you can see, it's a nice tight fit. And then whenever you're ready and everything's latched, of course you're always going to want to lock it just to make sure that it doesn't inadvertently come open. And there you go, there's the roof nest on top of our Bernstein van. So right now, we've been doing the video with the awning out, and this is a manual awning. A lot of times we do powered awnings. This Fiamma manual awning is pretty simple. Hook it into place, and then you have this handle that you can rotate and draw back into position. And then make sure that you don't have to force it, just a little nudge. And now it's fully closed and secured. And then your handle can be stowed in the van. Awning comes out about 8 feet and comes out and gets stowed away very quickly. That's the table going down.